A lot of people don't realize that coral reefs are living ocean-dwelling animals. A lot of people think they might be plants or rocks, but corals are living organisms. Each individual coral polyp lives in a larger colony. Coral reefs benefit people in a lot of different ways. The most obvious is coral reef fisheries. A lot of people that live adjacent to coral reefs, especially in smaller island nations and island communities, rely on coral reefs for a lot of their food.
Coral reefs are under a lot of different threats. They are faced with temperature rise. They're faced with ocean acidification from an ocean that is sequestering carbon from the atmosphere and reducing the pH.
Climate change is the greatest threat to coral reefs, and there's also other threats, unfortunately. So those can be more local, not as much global, and really depends on where you are.
The difficulty lies in the fact that global stressors and local stressors often exacerbate one another. And that's in large part why we've seen an increase in the frequency and severity of coral bleaching around the world, because corals are often in a higher state of stress just from dealing with the local inputs that are impacting their biology. So when we get temperature fluctuations beyond what they're typically used to experiencing, we will see more of these very identifiable and obvious responses that unfortunately can result in large-scale mortality and loss of live coral.
We monitor all territories in the United States that have coral reefs.
As of right now, we're doing a lot of water quality, in situ water quality testing, and we have divers that are going down with funded research projects to monitor coral.
We design our survey methods around the capacity to visit as many sites as possible, some new, some repeated, to enable long-term monitoring.
But this can't happen every day. There's not enough funding for that.
There's way more reefs than we could possibly monitor in a given time frame. We're limited by the amount of divers we have. We're limited by boat time. We're limited just in the amount of dives we can do per day.
These reef tracts are enormous. And so the more we can build our capacity to map in larger areas, to deeper depths, the better we stand a chance of understanding how the systems work, how we can promote positive change in those systems. But it's going to start with technological advancements, because we as people diving can only kick and swim so far.
To really have a full spectrum of data to draw conclusions from, having daily uploads and pictures and changes, that would tell us a lot more about how we're impacting our natural ecosystems and how to sustain those ecosystems over time.